Very good morning, students. I welcome you all to Moral Science class. In today's class, I will teach you chapter number 12, that is sympathize with others. Okay, so I request you all to please open page number 65 of your Moral Science book. I will show you the book, and it is a request that please keep one pencil in your hand so that when I deal some of the word meanings of the difficult words, you will be writing it down in your Moral Science book. Okay, so chapter number 12, sympathize with others. Now, without wasting the time, let us start the chapter. You can see the very first word written in this chapter is what? Compassion. Compassion. Now, first of all, let us understand what do you mean by compassion and why it is asked for people to be compassionate. What does this word mean? The meaning of this word is already given here. Compassion is a feeling of pity, sympathy and understanding for someone who is suffering. Okay, like suppose if I am very sad, if I have a lot of sufferings, okay, I have a lot of difficulties in my life, and if you are able to relate with me, if you are able to show your concern towards me, then that feeling is known as compassion. Okay. It comes out of the feeling of love and selflessness. Okay. For being compassionate, first of all, you have to start loving someone. You have to show your care towards someone. Then only you can be compassionate. आप किसी के दर्द को तभी फील कर सकते हो when you consider that very person your own. Okay. जब आप किसी को अपना मानते हो. And selflessness. Meaning of selflessness is more concerned with needs, more concerned with needs and wish of others. Okay, when you understand that what is the need of another person, if anyone is very poor, and if he or she needs the food, and if someone is hungry, and if you think that I should give food to him, first of all you will have to know, okay, like anybody is hungry or anybody is having any kind of problem, first of all you need to understand that what is the problem going with that very person or that very man or woman. Okay, and then if you work according to that, and if you try hard to fulfill their wish, fulfill their demand, then that is known as what? Selflessness. And this can be built within you with love, with the feeling of compassion. So here is a small story of Lord Buddha. You can see how Lord Buddha not only meant, he showed his compassionate attitude with animals. Okay, so let us start the story. Gautama Buddha was born in 1563 BC, means before Christ, as a prince of kingdom of Kapilavastu. The name of the place where Lord Gautama Buddha was born was Kapilavastu, and in which year he got born? He was born on year 563 BC, where BC means before Christ. Jesus Christ के जन्म से पहले 563 साल पहले इनका जन्म. His real name was Siddharth. His parents were Suddhodhan and Mahamaya. So parents' name, the name of the parents is given, and the original name of Gautama Buddha was Siddharth. After growing up, Gautama Buddha left his royal family life. He attended enlightenment and came to be known as Lord Buddha. Okay, so first of all, he was a prince. He was born in a family of king and queen. He was a prince. But then after he left his royal family as he got enlightenment. What do you mean by enlightenment? knowledge. You can write it down. So first of all, he left his royal family and he had attended enlightenment. And enlightenment did not he did not achieve in 1 or 2 years. For very long years he did tapasya. Okay, you know Bodhi tree. It is in Bodh Gaya. So he sat under that tree and continuously he remembered God in his mind. And finally, after long period of time, he got enlightenment. That is, he went through the process of gaining real knowledge. He preached that renunciation gives actual happiness in life. Okay, renunciation means, again write down the meaning of renunciation. Renunciation means saying that you no longer want something and believing, saying that you no longer want something or believe in something. Okay, so after he attended enlightenment, then after he started preaching the people. He told people that real happiness lies in renunciation gives actual happiness in life. Means सब कुछ त्याग देना, दूसरों की खुशियों के लिए सब कुछ छोड़ देना, दूसरों की खुशियों के लिए काम करना is the actual happiness in their life. He started, after gaining the real knowledge, he started preaching people that renunciation is the real happiness, where you sacrifice things for happiness of other people. His mission and teaching had, please turn the page, had divine revelation. Revelation means to know that something which was secret. Revelation. To know something that was secret. To know something that was secret. Okay. Now he started people teaching that I have come to know with long years of dedication of mine towards God. I have got the real knowledge, and now I have understood that sacrificing things for other needs, okay, for others is the real happiness. Now I have come to know something that was secret. He founded Buddhism, which is considered to be a world religion. Now everybody knows about Buddhism, like Hindus, like Muslim, like Christians. There is one more religion which is known as Buddhism. And who founded this religion? Lord Buddha formed this religion. One morning, now let us begin the story. One morning, Lord Buddha was walking in a garden, admiring the beauty of nature. Just then, a flock of ships and goats passed by. He saw that shepherd boy was finding it difficult to drive his cattle. Lord Buddha asked the shepherd boy, "Brother, why are you finding it so difficult to drive this flock?" The shepherd boy replied, "Sir, one of my sheep is limping. It is finding difficult to keep pace with other ones." Now what happened? One day Gautam Buddha was just admiring, means looking at, enjoying the beauty. Admiring means looking at or enjoying the beauty of nature. Suddenly he saw that a shepherd boy was coming. Shepherd boy means charvaha, जो भेड़ों को चराता है, ठीक है. So he saw a shepherd boy coming towards him. There were so many ships coming along with him, but shepherd boy was unable to keep pace with all the ships. मीन्स वहाँ काफ़ी सारी भेड़ें थी, लेकिन उनमें से एक भेड़ की वजह से वो सारा झुंड एक साथ नहीं चल पा रहा था. ओके, That is why Gautam Buddha asked, Gautam Buddha asked shepherd boy, why are you finding it so difficult to drive all these animals together? Then the shepherd boy said, Lord, one of my sheep is limping. Limping means finding difficult to walk. Limping means finding difficult to walk as your legs. Finding difficulty in walking. Maybe that sheep was hurt, he got hurt in his leg, maybe he was wounded, and that is why one of the sheep was unable to keep pace. वो means बाकी सारी भेड़ों के झुंड के साथ चलने में असमर्थ था क्योंकि उसके पैर में चोट लगा हुआ था, ठीक है. And that is why shepherd boy said, that is why I am unable to look after all the other ships. And he said like this. Then Gautam Buddha, what he did? Lord Buddha stepped forward, lovingly took the limping ship on his shoulder and began to walk with shepherd boy. So you can see here what did Lord Buddha did. He just you can see here in the figure, he just picked that limping ship on his शोल्डर. ओके, उन्होंने उसे क्या किया, उस लंगड़ाते हुए शिप को अपने कांधे पे बिठाया, ठीक है. एंड ही स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग अलॉन्ग विद द शेफर्ड बॉय. While walking, he asked the shepherd boy, where are you taking this innocent animal in this heat? Means it was a scorching summer time. Okay, it was afternoon time, it was too hot, and that is why the Lord Buddha asked shepherd boy that where are you taking this so many animals in this scorching heat? Where are you taking them? The shepherd boy replied, Sir, the animal needs the king needs 100 sheep and goat for sacrifice in a yajna. Lord Buddha, who treated all the animals with great compassion, was shocked to hear about yajna. He asked the shepherd boy to take him to a place of yajna. The shepherd boy agreed. So when Lord Buddha asked that where are you taking this many ships along with you, then shepherd boy explained him that king has organized a yajna. Now what is yajna? Yajna is actually a place where hundreds of animals are sacrificed, बलि देना, ठीक है. क्योंकि पूजा के वक्त इतने सारे जब भी देवता या देवी को खुश करने के लिए लोग क्या करते थे पुराने ज़माने में, बहुत सारे जानवरों का एक साथ बलि देते थे, ठीक है. एंड दैट वेरी प्लेस वॉज नोन एज याजना. So he told that king has organized a yajna and I am taking all these animals for getting sacrificed. When Lord Buddha heard this, he was very much shocked. Why? Because he used to treat all the animals with very feeling of love and care. He was shocked that this many ships will be killed at a time. As they reached the city, people were amazed to see Lord Buddha carrying a ship on his shoulder. They walked all the way to the place of yajna. Now finally, Lord Buddha has reached city, and all the people who saw Lord Buddha carrying the ship on his shoulder all were shocked. They thought कि इतना महान व्यक्ति ये क्या कर रहा है, ये ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं. So all were shocked, and finally they reached to the place where yajna was to be conducted. The king, queen, and the minister. The king, queen, the minister, the priest means Pandit, and the various other animals were present at the place of yajna. As the herd arrived, the priest began to chant mantras. When a man was about to strike a sword on the neck of the lamb, so as to offer it as a sacrifice, Lord Buddha shouted, "O king, please stop your man from striking the head of these speechless animals. Sacrifice me instead. But please spare the lives of the poor animals. They also have feeling. They also want to be alive. So please spare their life." So when he reached that place, he saw that king is sitting, queen is sitting, ministers are sitting, priests are there. As all these animals arrived at the place of yajna, the priest started chanting the mantras. Okay, and one man came forward who was about to kill, about to separate the head of the sheep from its body. Suddenly Lord Buddha shouted, "Okay, please stop all this. Okay, if you want to give sacrifice, please chop off my head, but please leave this animal. They also want to live, although they cannot speak. They are innocent animal, they cannot speak, they cannot tell to you that how they are feeling, but please leave them. Instead of that, you kill me." Okay, so after that what happened? After noticing that the king the man who has shouted just now is Lord Buddha, king felt very bad. Okay, and he made a rule that now after, first of all तो he stopped yajna, ठीक है, वहाँ पे कोई killing नहीं हुआ, and then he made a law. What Lord he made, you see, Lord Buddha's words. He stopped the yajna and proclaimed a law that no one would kill the animal for sacrifice or as a hobby. Anyone found guilty would be severely punished. Now king was very much impressed with the words of Lord Buddha. He made a rule that now onwards nobody will kill any innocent animal for the name of sacrifice or as a hobby, and if anybody is caught doing so, that person will be found guilty and will be given hard punishment. On king's request for some words of wisdom, Lord Buddha said, now after making the rule, the king asked Lord Buddha कि please आप आगे आइए और लोगों से कुछ कहिए. What he said? Lord Buddha said, all living beings are linked with nature. Linked means connected. Okay, if we cannot give life to anyone, then we should not take it. Have mercy and compassion, for they make our world beautiful and noble. So Lord Gautam Buddha came forward and he said that if we cannot give life to anyone, it's not our right to take their life also. These animals are the one who make our nature more beautiful. Okay, so start caring for them, show some mercy for them, be compassionate towards them. Truly gentleness is the crown of the life. Gentleness means दूसरों की ओर रहम दिखाना, सबसे प्यार से बात करना जीवन का असली महत्व है. तो इसे आप फॉलो करेंगे. What have you studied? What have you learned from this chapter? To be compassionate and be merciful towards other. Okay, I hope this chapter is clear to you. Thank you everyone.